All right, we have, what are we doing? We're doing article. This one has this assignment's not meant to be difficult, but it's caused a lot of confusion, and mostly because the library keeps switching how these things look. So right now I am making this screencast on December 17th, 2024. So this is the latest. If you're in a future group watching this and it doesn't look like what I'm about to do, that's kind of par for the course. Just send me a message and let me know, and I'll try to update the screencast then. So I'm gonna keep the older screencast below. That one will work, but this one's got, like, all the buttons should be correct now. So if you want the longer process, just click on the old one after this. So all we're trying to do for this, I'm just trying to give you points. Essentially, I'm making you do a little bit of research. And before, when I didn't used to require this article upload and the film on demand one right after this, students wouldn't do it, and then they would do presentations without research, and that was really bad. So this has worked out way better. I'm trying to give you an easy point for this upload. Also, if you don't do it, and if you didn't watch the screencast, and you got a 0 on this assignment, realize that it takes your whole audio group down. So it's figuring the whole 30%. You just need to get this uploaded. I'll work with you hopefully over this assignment. Okay, so in our Canvas homepage, we always want to start here, and we're going to click on library databases from here, and we're not going to go to Grayson's homepage or some other way to get to library databases, because when we click on this link here, we're already through MyViking, the security stuff, and so you're already in your Canvas course. So our library databases now should know who you, the user, are. If you are using your cell phone as Wi-Fi access for your laptop, or if you're using a card, an air card, those tend to cause problems, because especially the air cards, because they change addresses. I think every single time, but frequently, if not every single time. And that's a problem for the databases, because then it says that you aren't who you are because of the different addresses, is my understanding of it anyway. So try to be on the same router every time. And so right now with this database one, this one used to work a little bit differently here. We're going to come back to this one. I'll just let you know that the JSTOR, most of the articles that we're going to use seem like they want to come from JSTOR anyway. So this is a separate database. And we want to get to the whole article. So here, if I pick your subject, King Tut, and if the more you type here, the more it'll King Tut and agriculture or whatever. This is what a Boolean search means. If you're just limiting it, if you get too many hits coming up. But right now, we would just want to see hits. So there are a bunch of them. So we would want to start King Tut and some other limiting factor is what I'd want to start typing in. But just to get the article, notice that now, so I'd want to go to, what do I think of this one? I can see the whole article. This is where you're going to see the whole thing, but you're going to say, or some of the people are going to say, well, wait a minute, but how do I upload it? If I look through this and I like it and I think I can use it from my presentation. So all you got to do is first download it. You have to download it before you can upload it, just like your reading questions. So when you download those, and you're going to hopefully just put them on your desktop, fill them in, save them as something else, and then upload that. Same thing here. So I got to click download first. You're going to see the file, and then we want to save it. I'm going to save it to the desktop, and then I would upload it after that. Right. So you got to get the file, and the way these modern browsers are working, it makes it, you're putting another step in essentially. They would automatically just drop before to your downloads folder, and you could put it up on your desktop and upload it from there. But if you say, well, wait a minute, I don't want to start at JSTOR, which is fine. That's not what the other screencast shows anyway. And I'm not going through all of them in here. I go through some of them in the other screencasts. This is what things are moving to, is this all databases discovery search. Because it has more options, this one's now a little trickier, I think, to operate. So what you want to do is make sure you're clicking full text, because if you don't click full text, then you're getting citations. And while that may not be, that's not important for our purposes, doesn't really do you any good. But if we were spending a lot of time doing research, say we're at a 4-year and we really needed to track down some highly specialized articles, if we can see who's published them, that they are published somewhere, well, we could request them. So if for instance, we found something that the University of Texas in Austin had, but we don't have it, we can request an interlibrary loan and all that sort of stuff. But we need to see it immediately. So that's why we got to click the full text and not get a bunch of things that look like good hits but aren't good hits because you can't read it, the actual article. And I'm also going to click this Scholar. Well, let's do it first of all without doing it, because then you'll see what happens. Because if I do the same thing here, King Tut. Now a bunch of books are going to come up. So we have some of these books, so you can click on them, but it's not there for you. I mean, it's probably too long for our purposes. If you find one of these books, that's fine. We have a bunch of them in the library about some of these older subjects. You probably just need a chapter or maybe even just the intro of the book to help you for this short of a presentation for our humanities. Remember, we're broad is what we're doing here. So I'm going to click just scholarly. So these are shorter. These are not book length and usually more thematic. So something about race, nation, and masculine, King Tut. If I click on this, so now notice that the look is a little bit different on this page, but we're just going back to JSTOR again. And then you would do the same thing all over again. And so if you're going to if it links you to, let's see where this one goes, Middle East Journal. No, you can go, okay, so same thing though. We're still getting it from JSTOR. So it's because it's JSTOR is a really common database. For our level, we have a pretty high level of access to that particular database. So if you do end up on some other database, make sure that you are clicking to saving it first, or downloading it first, and then saving it after that, so that you can get it uploaded. And you're uploading for this article the whole thing. So the whole article, which is different than what you're going to do for the film on demand, and I'm going to give you a variant version for that film on demand because we have another database for that as well now.